My number one priority is keeping government open and accessible to the media. Ryan, are you taking notes here? And then after that, now that I've got the brown nosing out of the way, and I don't want to just repeat what they say about education. I'm going to take a little bit of a twist on it. I'm actually going to be on education for the first time since I've been down there. And up to this point, I kind of felt it was a waste of time, because if you looked at the makeup of the committee, they really were not all that open to a lot of new ideas. Harry served on education. He knows what I'm talking about because he had to deal with a lot of it. So there's an opportunity with a lot of new faces to look at education and look at using our dollars effectively and efficiently. You know, we're always talking about we need to spend more, spend more. We have quadruple spending on K-12 education in less than 20 years. And test rates have not, for a while they actually went down. I think now they've kind of gone back up a little bit and leveled off to where they were. And so we can't just keep spending money foolishly. And with Harry being the chairman of education, I think there's going to be a lot more thought put into what we're doing, whether it's really going to be effective, and look more at rifle approaches instead of the shotgun, let's just put a whole lot of money. It's let's put it in where we'll get the most effect. So I'm hoping this year probably to do a lot of study and researching, and then between this session next is where we'll probably put together a more concrete plan. That's what I'd like to see happen.
You're welcome.
You know, even if everybody went down there and decided let's all get together, there's going to still be sort of a fiasco, because the person who's the Speaker of the House does not have the institutional wisdom or the preparation to run the House. Now, he is asking people to help, but even with the best of intentions, for example, we're trying to figure out where people are supposed to be in office. Now, when the Republicans got the majority of 50 members, our staff worked for 2 months, putting in 60, 70 hours a week, put everything together to the transition of power. They worked with the Democrats, worked together. The key word was respect. We're going to respect each other. We're going to treat you fairly. And but when all that went down on Tuesday, you suddenly have a person up there with the gavel who didn't know how to conduct the floor session. And, you know, I don't know how long it's going to take for that to catch on. There's all these different responsibilities that probably were never thought about. And so, like right now, when it comes down to offices, they still haven't told the House members where you're going to be, who your staff is. And even if it came out today, you still have to, you know, change your office, whether it needs to be painted or holes in the walls fixed, and who's going to be your staff. And so to a certain extent, it might not be so much partisanship that's going to be what drags us down, but just having someone who wasn't prepared and doesn't have people around him prepared, that's going to lead to a situation that with this tough budget time we really don't need. But it's happened, and personally I'm going to try to make the best of it. But it's really sad that we're in this shape, and no matter how hard we try, there's going to be a certain amount of I can't think of a word that I want printed, so I'm going to go off kind of in a different direction since we're talking about the economy. Kind of a surprise to me, and may continue to be a surprise, is that in the upcoming governor's race, that the Democrats haven't really put forth a candidate. Because most people know that you got to start 2 years out, and they keep talking every day, every week that goes by, it's harder to come back up. So I think that's kind of surprising. You know, obviously, if you've got an incumbent governor who's running again, it's hard to find someone to run against him. But usually when it's an open position, you've got a whole field of folks. So that's kind of a surprise to kind of watch to see how long it takes before sort of the anointed or viable candidate is picked in the race. So I'll just kind of go in a different direction.
And the surprise is that you haven't seen the Democrat candidate.
They keep talking,
yeah.
But you know, if you're serious, like running for county mayor,
you announce.
That's right, sure. And the other shock will be that Mrs. Tim Burchett will support Richard Briggs in the county mayor. That was off the record, folks.
Yeah.
She told me not to tell anybody.